Good evening, welcome to tonight's Hearthstone half hour, and I'm Hammy and this is FailCraft Casts as always. Hope you're well and good. It's going to be a nice little continuation today. It's been a bit of a short week on the streaming front, but if you're on YouTube or wherever you be, welcome. We are going to be continuing on and cracking on with the arena, the Paladin arena that you folks drafted. So on Tuesdays we do a pick your own arena. On Twitter you pick the hero you would like to play, and we play that hero. Through an arena you pick the cards live on stream, twitch.tv/FailCraftCast. There's what we picked. We had Wisp for fun, we had a mid-rangish deck with a bit of pressure. We had nice mid-game 4 and 5 drop options aplenty. It was just getting to that stage. I was a little bit worried in our first set of games that we were going to struggle to get beyond 1 to 3 mana. We did not have huge amounts of minions nor control cards, but somehow we pulled through. 2 wins and 1 loss. Of course, the late game finish of 2 Spectral Knights, Cairn Bloodhoof, and the Force Tank Max is awesome. Frostwolf Warlord came to our rescue a few times. Of course, if we managed to get enough minions down, that was gaining 1/1 for each other friendly minion on the battlefield. So tonight we're just going to have some fun, finish this off, see how your arena goes, do half an hour of goodness to see how far we can grab through. And what has been going on? Well, it is the 15th of January on this particular time. And as I've just woken up, if you're on YouTube, my apologies. If you're live on stream, do forgive me. Hopefully I'll wake up a little bit in a little bit. Righty then. Well, we said before that our concern was having the early game cards. We're playing against a priest, so I'm going to go for a full mulligan so we can then see if we can get some early game cards. Scarlet Purifier will help some. Holy Light, we've actually got 2 of those, I do believe. Lots of healing options for us. As I try and wake up, I do have N7T, none other than Mass Effect mug to drive us through. Welcome to Thrash and all of those you joining us live on stream. So this arena, our kind of goal is to stay alive until the middle of the game, and then when we do stay alive, we can throw loads of big chunky mid-game drop cards down on the table, put a lot of pressure on our opponent if we can just stay alive that far. So the thing I didn't really consider last time, we do have the combo of Illuminator and a few secrets. If we can get a secret down, then we can be putting some pressure on. And in the UK, if you have been in the UK, there's been some, well, for the UK is big weather, so generally last night there was a grand total of, I got a grand total of about 4 hours sleep before an interview I went to this morning. Due to wind howling all around everywhere. So I'm going to keep it simple. Okay, damage to all minions with Death Rattle. I don't have minions with Death Rattle. The Illuminator, well, I fully expect that we're going to try and see this Accolade of Pain, trading various things off the table. This will help me trade away that Acolyte. I'm going to attack. See, for the Acolyte, my opponent will get most value of card draw from that if they decide to try and trade it like this. If they can actually remove my Illuminator with the Shadowword Pain, which is coming in, very nicely played. I was thinking about whether or not to drop that Illuminator. Down goes a Clockwork Gnome, and even though I'm playing Arena, my opponent's had a very strong start. They're going to get more draws out of that. Down goes my Tall Strider. Ooh. Oh, and for those of you watching live, you did not go to sleep either. I'm glad I'm not the only one. I hope you have a splendid and wonderful and noble reason why this is occurring. Right, 2 damage to all minions with Death Rattle. I can get rid of that gnome for free effectively by dropping my Scarlet Purifier, which is what I'm going to go for. I'm going to drop this, and then in an interesting play, there we go, that's removed, and then I can actually heal this back up, so I'm going to go for that. Could have thrown down the Spectral. I'll get 2 chunky minions on the table here. Can decide to trade, and with the 4 attack Scarlet Purifier, at least I've got something that's not too vulnerable to priest removal. Shadowword Pain, of course, just removes one of my 3 less or attack minions, and the Shadowword Death moves one of my 5 attack or more minions. And a big welcome to Phil Mitchell, joining us live on stream also. So this arena deck, the main thing is we managed to survive till mid-game, and you can see now in my hand that all of the threats that you folks picked are actually coming into play. Oh, in comes an Arcane Golem. Give me a mana crystal for that additional charge. I'm looking to try and get the table under control. 2 mana, there's nothing that can easily remove this, but I can trade that away. Throw down some big drops, and then I feel in a fairly solid position. Salty Dog, that is pretty removable. That is just my one worry about the Salty Dog. I can throw it down and give my opponent some things to worry about. It's a good way of baiting out removal. So for that reason I'm going to throw him down. I'm actually going to trade this off the table because I just don't want it there anymore. It does make me vulnerable to a smite. Could of course have just kept attacking the hero. That would have probably been a very good option, going for face perhaps rather than giving my opponent the extra card draw. This can get smited out the way for 2 damage. Fairly easily now. Holy Nova as well, let's not forget. In comes a Reckless Rocketeer. That's going to allow my opponent to trade away my Salty Dog. So that's kind of, as we thought, baited some removal. Right, so now I can push home the advantage. I think the Spectral Knight is probably the best option to do this. And I'm just going to start attacking now. Now I know it's still oh so vulnerable to Holy Nova. Yeah, a bunch of people in the UK probably have got a very funny. We're discussing sleep patterns live on chat. If your sleep pattern is a bit funny, UK weather has been all over the place. Just very loud wind. I'm not going to complain at anything more than that. The weather, that is, of course, not myself. You can tell that I've just woken up after a little nap. In comes the Orkanite Soul Priest, and that is dangerous because it can just heal away a bunch of stuff. I'll probably want to get rid of that off the table. The Burly Trog is a nice drop, and now restoring 4 health, anything that restores health now does damage, so that would damage me. Dealing 3 damage to the enemy hero is just dealing 3 damage to the enemy hero. I'm going to throw that down, and then I think that I'm going to have to use one of my big minions for that removal, which I'm going to do. Then I've got the Trog on the table. Burly Rockjaw Trog, of course, new with Goblins vs Gnomes. Why is this? We talk when we do our Arena Tuesday picks about just solid cards, the solid minion test, as it were. That Trog passes the solid minion test, although it's been shadowed with paint. Whenever an opponent casts a spell, gain 2 attacks, so that can get bigger and bigger and bigger. I'm playing a priest. Priest's more likely than not going to throw a few spells around. In Arena, those particular kind of cards, they're a good minion pick in themselves, and the abilities make them even stronger. However, if you are struggling for a pick in Arena between 3 cards, take a look at them and think, well, for its mana cost, what's its attack and health like? If ignoring the ability, or if regardless of the ability, is it just an overall solid card? Can I put it on the table and will it force my opponent to do something? The Burly Rockjaw Trog is a good example of that. Okay, down goes a Sun Fury, and that is pretty annoying because, as you can see, I'm going to be losing the Cobra. Now I can throw Redemption down, I can throw a Priestess of Elune down, and get me healed back up, which is always nice. Now of course remember that secrets only activate on my opponent's turn, which is a tad on the frustrating side. And of course I don't quite have enough to go for general removal. I cannot heal up the Spectral Knight. It's logical for me to sacrifice him away to the Cobra. If I'm going for a hardcore control play, I can pop that in there. Still leaves me vulnerable with a 2. Holy Light for 6 feels like a tad of a waste, so I'm going to summon another one of those. If they do decide to remove my Nightblade, of course, then Redemption is going to kick in. It'll be returned to life with 1 health, or indeed any of my other minions. Hello, welcome to PG and SOE. So, it's good to have you with us. Good to see you again so live on stream. Big hello to you folk. If you're on YouTube, watching this on YouTube, come join us. Twitch.tv/FailCraft Cast. We try and go live Monday through Friday at the times in the left. Unless, of course, it is a crazy preparing for interviews or other things week. Okay, so we got Jeeves. Now, Jeeves in our last game, if you watch this, it'll be up on YouTube at youtube.com/FailCraftCasts. Jeeves kind of worked to our detriment, caused us a few problems. So I can throw Jeeves down. If my opponent plays the card, they're going to benefit, but I can probably use Jeeves to go in for the kill. We have 10, 11, 12, 13, so we've almost got a kill, and my opponent's going to have to make those trades. So I actually think I'm going to go for the throat here. I'm not going to attack, I'm just going to charge in with everything I have and just say, right, okay opponents, you need to find a way of strafing me off the table. And welcome to HSHH joining us on stream as well. Good to have you with. Ah, there we go. Well played. So this is our arena. For those of you joining us. Welcome to 3-1. Lovely stuff. And as forgive me for the typing, just saying some hellos, and we're getting into our next game. We're going to turbocharge through as many games as we can in our half hour this evening. Okay, so we are playing second. I've got a mage, I've got a novice engineer. I like having a true silver champion and a spectral knight. Not too bad. Salty dog, I'm going to throw back. Do I want to take the gamble? I can coin into it. I'm going to take the gamble on the knight and see if I can get some early game drops. And welcome to Wobble Tea. And all of you folks popping on in. So this arena, obviously, as we discussed before, I was a little worried about it. Mainly to do with the fact, can we bridge the early game, and we'll see if this mage decides to rush us. But you know, we're alright. I'm going to happily... Ooh, could have even coined into a redemption there. And with the Illuminator, with the redemption, that's a nice little combo. I've not played Paladin for some time, we were looking at for those of you asking on stream, perhaps those of you on YouTube wondering what I'm talking about, actually I had a job interview this morning. Fingers crossed. I think it went okay. It ran a little bit later than I was anticipating, so that was good. I think if they didn't like me, then they probably would have got rid of me a bit earlier. But I tend to have this habit of, you guys know this, I talk a lot. So I think the main thing is really, did I talk about all the things I should be talking about, or was I talking about things? Was I answering their questions, or was I talking about a lot of things? So yeah, if you guys know me talking on stream and on YouTube, you know I can talk for England or insert a country of your choice. So as long as I stayed on the topic. Okay, we've got... Ooh, that's quite a nasty little card in the Wii Spell Stopper. A reason for that being adjacent minions can't be targeted by hero or spell power, so you effectively make your minions into fairy dragons, or of course the alternative being the... Ooh, forgotten Spectral Knight, of course. Righty then, Frostwolf Warlord. I'm going to coin into that. It's a fairly aggressive play, and of course I've got Noble Sacrifice, which is going to be protecting me. So because I'm attacking face rather than trading this off the table, and I will trade that off the table as soon as I can, could have other options. Could have coined into a True Silver. This forces my opponent to work on some removal. And actually, if the Noble Sacrifice... Ooh, no, Snow Chuggers hit the table. Do not like that. And nice play actually by freezing me. Gonna try and... Oh! Gets the Noble Sacrifice in play. Means I can't trade with this. Ready for action. Chugga chugga. Bless the Wisp is the call. The call is to bless the Wisp. Should we bless the Wisp? Oh, I've failed on my Nightbot commands. Bless the Wisp or leave the Wisp. Righty then, so this is an interesting table state we have now. I can bless, I can do some hard removal. That snow chugger is going to become somewhat awkward. Redemption will actually bless wisp, leave wisp. Restore foil to my hero and gain 2 attack. Well, that's not going to help me remove any of those things. Then goes an illuminator into a redemption. Illuminator could help me clear the table. I'm tempted to true silver this because but spell or hero powers, I don't have any spells that I'm going to hit them with. I've not got hero powers. I think that if I remove this, that's probably going to be the play. This is actually a very nasty game state that my opponent's got. If they try and they will try and trade that away, I think. I don't have any spells that are going to be zapping those. I think that I want to remove... Oh, I don't know. Decisions. I'm going to go for the spell stopper. There we go. Maybe the incorrect decision because the mana worm could get buffed with other spells and similar. There we go. If the wisp stays alive, we'll buff the wisp with kings next turn. The reason for that is because I'm pretty sure the snow chugger will hit me to the face. And if the snow chugger hits me to the face, I'd rather have a minion on the table that I can sort of do something next turn. So I want to use a swing of my True Silver Champion before I get frozen by the snow chugger. There we go. Fire Blast comes in. That's then going to get returned to life with 1 health, which is nice. It is not, of course, note going to get the battle cry because it's been returned to life. It's not been played, so it doesn't get the battle cry. So it's not going to get buffed any harder. Oh, 2 snow chuggers. Snow chugger just oh so solid. Now interesting, no attack there. Didn't decide to sort of, you know, well, okay, froze my hero as expected. However, I can now kings and that's going to help us out oh so nicely. So do not have options really, sadly, with the illuminator now. That may have been a nice little one for a bit of an extra heal. I think it's going to be, I could either throw down a minion and try and do some trade, but really the only way I'm going to trade is stopping by doing this. So we're going to be happily throwing down some of that, throwing down some of this. And it's wisp time! Yeah, wisp to the rescue. Now I'm actually just going to go face. My opponent can freeze me again if he wants, but then I'm going to be able to trade that wisp. Wisp, we choose you. Go! Blessed him. And for those of you who are interested, Heroes of the Storm is in closed beta. I hope you've opted in. If not, get a Battle.net. Opt in on your Battle.net accounts and then we can all start playing funds together. It is fun. Cannot recommend it enough. Okay, so I'm frozen again as expected. Ooh, my wisp still froze. Still frozes, of course. Due to the attack. Wisp, because I of course chose to attack with it, means that it's froze this turn, a little bit on the problematic side. I'm going to have to get out some cards to make some trades. I'm sounding like Gollum. What has it got in its pockets? Actually, I'm going to not go for the Spectral Knight, I'm going to go for 2 minions, because I would like to make some trades. I'm going to put pressure on Hero's face. Remember, I've got 2 Holy Lights. And evening to Black Cat, who's joining us live. The Wisp is buffed. The Wisp is ready for action. Chugga chugga. For those of you who haven't played the Chugga song, I'm pretty sure you're all quite familiar with it, but if not, you should play this. Of course, there's a wonderful little community song somebody's edited together, Hearthstone sound effects. Ready for action. Oh, and an Imp Master goes down, we're getting swarmed, I'm getting frozen. I don't know just how devastatingly effective the little snow chugger that could is. However, there comes the Holy Lights as we had anticipated. I don't need to heal at this point in time. However, the annoying thing is I can't actually trade You see the Trog got removed there. Trogzor. An Arcane Golem removed the Wisp. No. It's a little bit sad, but I think that if I just keep dropping big cards and making trades, I think we can get all of this quite nicely sorted. Now I'm going to take the Snow Chugger out. Oh, it's super effective. Now all of my minions here can trade all of those other things off the table, so I'm just going to trade it away the Lily. I'm not going to be frozen next turn. My Illuminator will be frozen, my hero is not. I can swing and remove those, or have a big minion. We should be all well and good. Ready for action. A lot of people. I'm not going to play it because I don't want to break any trademarks or anything like that. In fact, I think it probably should be okay, just in case I don't want any of the music to get blocked by it. But it's a remix of Hearthstone sound effects. It's called The Little Chugger That Could. Ready for action. Okay, so we've kind of been controlled there quite nastily. Ooh, challenges and challenges. Things and things. So Seal of Light, okay, so what have we got? Now if I don't attack on the face, I'd be in a bit more of a position, but I can. We can see that my opponent's got, we've got, do I want to control? He's got 11 on the table. I'm probably not going to be able to burst him down. I can do 3, and then if he doesn't trade me, I can do 3, 7. Then the next turn I've got 8. That's 15. Seal of Light will heal me up and then do another 2. That's another 2. It's not quite enough to be able to be finishing the table off, sadly, so I think we want to go for some damage control. But what kind of damage control is the right way for us to go? Well, I can just go all out to remove that, but then this is going to be nasty. A little bit annoying. Seal of Light. Ooh, here's an interesting play. Maybe I should do this. I can Seal of Light, and I know with my Seal of Light, that gives me 6 attack rather than 4. And although I take the 7, I can get that removed, that's all well and good. And then I can probably Holy Light on top, that's nice, I can remove a little bot. And that actually leaves me in a really nice position. So Seal of Light coming in handy, really, really handy of course, on top of a weapon there. So I think, having tried to work that out, I was probably going to go for a play that was going to leave me low on health, but actually making sure I spotted that. Quite happy that I played a little bit slower and didn't miss that play. It's left us with 2 big minions. Unless our major opponent can buff these up, they're going to be in some challenging places. PG in the chat saying, as per a Hearthstone half-hour stream chat tradition, we're going to need some health, ladies and gentlemen. Ready for action. Okay, looking good. Straight up trade there. Scarlet Purifier is not going to be wrecking the joint, sadly. So, in this situation, I'm going to attack the face. Unless my opponent draws a bunch of fireballs, it's kind of up to them to start trading against me. So, I'm going to put some pressures on there. Tinkertown Technician hitting the table with Fire Blast coming in, so we can see the trade. My opponent sort of slowly squirreling forward there. Hammer of Wrath, where is Legion Hogger? Legion Hogger has missed Hammer of Wrath. I'm going to tell Legion Hogger that. Legion Hogger, the reference is Legion Hogger, a regular of the stream some time ago and occasionally pops through. Requested Hammer of Wrath one, pick your own arena Tuesday, and I completely failed to draw that card. I picked something else by accident, and ever since I've been accused of having bias against ooh, and interestingly, picks up the Dark Skull Healer. So yeah, I've been accused of not liking Hammer of Wrath ever since. And double Najatar. Lots of health. Oh, it's health time all over. So we're going to see more trades. My opponent is actually ahead when it comes to minions now, which is a little bit awkward. This is actually going down to the wire for fans of that series. Way down in the hole. Out comes a polymorph, and look how this arena has swung. If I'd gone to face more, we might have been close for lethal, but gradually, opponent weaving their way back in. So, a redemption is not really going to help because I've got no minions. I'm going to keep myself healed up. But note that even though we've managed to get our opponent down to half health, in Arena, when you get big minions behind, it can be really hard to come back if you don't have those controls in place. So as this position slowly falls away from us, we're going to be finishing up after this, but if you're on YouTube, do come join us live sometime, twitch.tv/FailCraft Casts. I will be wrapping up quite fitly after this game, so I'm going to do the sign off in advance while we finish up this match. But join us Monday through Friday. Most of the time we will tweet on @FailCraft Casts. We try and go live 5 nights a week, unless they are crazy weeks like this one. Do not forget, of course, youtube.com/FailCraft Casts. You can, as you can see in the left column, over 150 little episodes, bits and bobs, the Hearthstone half hour. Maybe start with some of the playlists on that page. You can see some 2-minute deck guides, some pick your own arenas, some general sort of Hearthstone funnery, some challenges and similar. Oh, and just to finish off, we're going to play the Deathlord. Deathlord to finish on a high. Alrighty then. That's a good question. My was a Hearth. She has played some Hearthstone. She's very kindly played Magic the Gathering in a few games with me. She understands it. She's not a massive card game player, but she certainly understands its appeal. She's very patient with me in terms of me chatting away. Our houses are quite small, so if I'm chatting away like I do and chatting into a microphone all the time, then you can probably hear it through most of the house. So. So yeah, naturally, of course, I try and stream a sensible amount of time every day, so I'm not driving the people in my house and the people in the neighbour's house mad. And down goes the Force Tank Max. Extreme control. Alrighty then, so Fen Creeper goes down and I'm really just sort of hanging on in here. Force Tank Max. Ah, no, well played to my opponent. Looks as though we're down. Flame Strike does fall. Trades through everyone. And we'll let my opponent finish off. So there we go. Ooh. He's come on. Just going through pointless plays there now. There we go. So thank you so much for tuning in. As always, we have signed off. So if you're live, hopefully see you sometime soon. Check us out on Twitter. Check us out on those columns on the left. And if you're on YouTube, do let us know what you think. This is a little bit of a short, different episode today. We normally have deck breakdowns on Mondays, Pick Your Own Arena on Tuesdays. This was a follow-up from Pick Your Own Arena. Ladder on Wednesdays, where we examine what's going on the ladder. And then Thursdays and Fridays, some other games entirely. Also going to look at some of the new Heroes of the Storm. Don't forget, if you love your Blizzard stuff, Heroes of the Storm in closed beta. Go check that out. There's a new hero, Thrall. We're going to be doing a video on him soon. So thanks for tuning in. Hopefully